Speedway, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, the North Carolina Education Lottery 200. It's presented by Blue Emu. 1 week after winning his first race of the season, what will 21-year-old Todd Gilliland do for an encore? Can he win back-to-back races? We'll find out. Gilliland starts from the pole tonight. Or maybe Austin Hill can add his name to this season's winners list. Hill has been top 3 in all 3 of the mile-and-a-half races this season. Is tonight the night he takes that next step and finishes in the top spot? You better count on Sheldon Creed being one you'll need to beat. The defending series champ showed speed in practice, and he has a triple truck challenge bonus dangling for extra motivation. And Kyle Busch Motorsports has been king of the mile-and-a-halves this season.
Drew Dollar in the 51 tonight.
Nemechek scored a victory in Las Vegas. Has top 5.
Get hopped.
He's the playoff standings leader. And
I like Drew Dollar.
Tonight. Getting ready for round 10 of the Camping World Truck Series campaign. Let's go trackside to get the command.
Going right in it. All right, guys. How y'all doing? Hear them whispering? That was fucking weird. Anyway. I heard Michael going, I can't help it. The sound of silence. The awkward sound of silence. We're supposed to be going trackside to get the command.
Good evening. I'm Mark Mahalka,
there it is.
Director of the North Carolina Education Lottery. We're excited to see NASCAR racing again and proud again to sponsor the NCEL 200. For NASCAR and Charlotte Motor Speedway, thank you for all your support of a great North Carolina tradition. And thanks to all the NASCAR fans for your support of the Education Lottery. Now, drivers, start your engines.
Drivers, do you have to pull the string to get him to say it again? Because that was weak. Anyway. Hey, Lori. I didn't know who to have Michael bet on for me tonight. So, of course, I picked a driver that I can't fucking stand. I'm going with Ben Rhodes for the win. Ben Rhodes will win and make me happy that I stayed home and didn't go to this race. Hey, DFS. I'm fucking tired, by the way. Am I a fan of Motorhead? I love Motorhead. Anybody who doesn't love Motorhead has something wrong with their fucking head. But yeah, I like Motorhead. I slept from 11:30 this morning until about 4:30, so not that long. And I've been getting sleepy in the last hour and a half. Hey, Michael.
Camping World Truck Series, 4 of those are championship contenders. You see those drivers highlighted in yellow.
Chris, you got to tell me, how is the SRX game? Because I'm considering getting it because there's a lot of cool racetracks in that game. Tell me about SRX. How's the game?
Set on getting it done.
You may influence my decision to purchase it.
And we're so excited to be here at Charlotte Motor Speedway along with Michael Waltrip. I'm Vince Welch. Michael, who are some names on that list that maybe haven't gotten it done yet, but you believe they're capable of getting a win tonight?
Well, one of them is below the cut line. His name is Tyler Ankrum. That 26 truck had some speed in practice, and he is going to be a driver that you're going to have to contend with to win races throughout this summer season here in the Truck Series. And then also Austin Hill, you talked about it at the opening, Vince. He's just been nipping on the heels of those victories.
Last night I walked around at work with Sirius Radio, Ozzy's Boneyard, playing all kinds of rock and metal. Nobody seemed to mind. It was probably nice to hear something different besides the shit they play in Ingalls every night.
Austin Hill's hands. Watch for those two to be real contenders this evening.
Well, we saw several drivers get in the wrong spot during practice earlier today, along with Regan Smith. We've got Jamie Howe down on pit road. Jamie, what adjustments are the teams making to have a better race than they had practice?
Tim Tebow can get as muscular as he wants. He ain't going to be a good tight end. Brandon Jacobs wants to be a defensive end. I'm glad because somebody's got to test the theory as to whether or not Tebow got this job only because he's white, which is what I believe. So if Tim Tebow can be a tight end, why can't Brandon Jacobs be a defensive end? So, Chris, would you recommend the SRX game? So it's better than the last two. Has a lot of fancy tracks.
Well, Jamie, you talk about teams that needed that practice session.
How do you get me to sing an entire Bon Jovi album? A week's pay from Ingles. Pay me the equivalent of my 3 days a week at Ingles, and I'll stay home a week and record Bon Jovi albums. Free sample. You were born to be my baby, and baby, I was made to be your man. I can sing it bad or sing it good. I was singing it bad.
Crafton's first career win came right here at this racetrack. Can he do it again tonight? We are fired up.
Michael, I really didn't know who to pick, so I just said give me Rhodes because I know somebody I don't like needs to win so I can justify me not being at this race. I guess so. How much is SRX? How much is it? Like $30, $40? What are we talking here? DFS, I make $11 an hour. I have the option to work as many days of the week as I want, but I can really only handle 3 or I'll kill myself. Last night sucked, but not as bad as the previous 2 nights. I worked Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, and then I worked last night, and now I'm not working again until Tuesday because I'm not... He was surprised. He's like, "You're not coming in Saturday night?" And I'm like, "No, dude. I'm going to the race Sunday. I'm not coming home at 6 in the morning to cram a nap in there and then get up and go right to Charlotte Sunday afternoon. No. Fuck no, I'm not working Saturday night." $40. We'll see. I might get it. Check it out. I was watching Red 4424. He was running Nashville. And I was like, holy shit, Nashville Fairgrounds. It's a good chance for me to get familiar with that track. I think Slinger's in the game as well. That's fucking awesome. Haley Deegan was second fastest in the final stage at Coda. I'm not going to be surprised in the least one day if she becomes a bit of a road course ringer with her particular background of driving. It wouldn't surprise me. She becomes like a little bit of a ringer. Maybe a Michael McDowell top. Not going to dominate and win, but can run really well. Yeah, you can friend me on Steam. I think my name is Dale Davis HBK88. I can't remember my name on Steam. I'd have to look. Matter of fact, let me look right now. Why isn't NASCAR Run Sling? It's too small. It'd be fucking awesome if they did, though. They'd have to do like heat races and shit. I don't think you can run. I don't know if running 40 cars at Slinger would be wise. Hey, Steam, you gonna open? Excuse me, fuck. So I put in for a refund on NASCAR Heat 5 on PC because it runs like ass on my really good computer. And I've been emailing back and forth with somebody from 704 who's trying to help me, and they're asking me, have you updated it? Yes. Maybe it's your internet. I don't play online. Are your drivers updated? Yes. By the way, my name is Dale Davis, HBK88, all lowercase, on Steam.
This place is one thing that isn't on the track description. It's bumpy out there. It's going to be rough.
We're going green next time. Man, I wish I was at this race. I'll be there Sunday. I will be there Sunday. But I cannot watch a race on TV that's at Charlotte Motor Speedway and not feel bad. Even the boring ones like the 600 last year.
Starting lineup tonight, brought to you by
Is the Coca-Cola 600 too long? No.
And on pole will be Todd Gilliland, winner last week at Circuit of the Americas, along with Sheldon Creed on that front row. What a packed third row.
I'm glad we all just say COTA because Circuit of the Americas is a mouthful to say really fast.
Put together a great season. Haley Deegan, watch for her run in the top 10 tonight.
38 will start. Qualifying was rained out earlier today. And originally the field was going to consist of 36 if there would have been qualifying, but with qualifications weathered out, everybody got to start because 38 were on the entry list. What do you say as we roll through these starting lineup here? Do you want to try to get a hold of Todd Gilliland?
Well, we're coming to green, Vince, and if I was Todd Gilliland, I wouldn't want to talk to old Mike right now. So we'll check in with him later. These guys are really I mean,
They were going to try to talk to somebody coming to the green. How fucking retarded are they?
I'm sure these guys are right up on the chip right now. They're
Anyway.
getting ready to go.
Yeah, we had a half dozen of them get into the wall.
Todd Gilliland, Sheldon Creed, Austin Hill, and John Hunter. I'm pretty sure John Hunter's going to win, but my money's on Ben Rhodes tonight.
Number 2.
I hope I'm wrong. Green flag.
Racing at Charlotte.
Now remember, we couldn't get through here by ourselves earlier today, Vince. How are they going to handle it side
Yeah,
by
that
side?
traction compound.
So far up front.
Well, that's the tricky spot that they just are going through now. Turn 2, we saw that.
Oh, wow. What the fuck?
Look at these guys.
Ankrum just doored Hocevar down the back. I can't believe they didn't wreck. They weren't at speed yet, so that's probably the only reason why. Creed gets away with the lead. Austin Hill to second. Gilliland slides up in the middle of 4.
Come across and lead lap 1.
Don't let Creed's a guy you can't let get out front. He's going to take off. Creed and Nemechek are going to be the two guys you cannot let get out front tonight. I don't know why. I don't know. You'll have to. It's Dale Davis, HBK 88. That's my Steam name.
Zane Smith.
Send me your Steam name and I'll add you during the next commercial.
Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch here last year. Great view of the back end of that 21 truck from the perspective of Tyler Ankrum.
But I will tell you this, these trucks are nervous. I mean, making me nervous. It's making me nervous the way they're skipping around.
A lot of aggressive blocking going on down the back when they come off a 2. Nemechek to third. He just passed Gilliland. Oh, and he slides up the track.
Hang on to it.
How but that traction compound is supposed to work. Right now it looks greasy because everybody I see that touches it just slides.
Huge win.
Man, it's got to get heat in it.
Last week at Circuit of the Americas.
I'm going to tell you this.
Yeah, send me that, DFS. Karen, you are correct. I think John Hunter is going to win as well, but I got money on Ben Rhodes, even though I don't like Ben Rhodes. Derek Kraus is in the top 10. How about that? Derek Kraus needs something good to happen.
Regan Smith's report on Crafton prior to the green. Brand new truck for that team here tonight. Found something in practice that would have
Excuse me.
fatal to them had they started the race with that
Full screen
mechanical
replay.
issue, but they found it in practice.
Can't see the race. Oh, man. Remember when I said there's a lot of aggressive blocking going on down the back? Hocevar threw a block on Derek Kraus and damn near turned himself into the outside wall head on.
Tailgate,
Saved it, though.
that's tough. You can see a little damage to the left rear of Hocevar's
He got hit so hard, the left rear's flared out a little bit.
Freezing in that 52.
On the 42.
Crew chief this week, John Leonard, has moved from
John Lennon is Stuart Friesen's crew chief. How about that? I'm kidding.
Chief stays within the organization and takes on more of a managerial role, allowing him to focus primarily.
Ooh, I started playing my NASCAR 2005 career mode again today.
Interesting how our truckers race. I mean, you would have
Had a lot of fun
said, all right, you got me
because I'm
here.
tired of NASCAR Heat 5 freezing and crashing and fucking me over, so I started playing my PS2
Pushed to
again.
the inside of Friesen and is trying to take that away.
You see Timothy Peters on the right-hand side of the screen. They had a
Hey, Karen, do me a favor and send me Dale Jr.'s 2006 black Budweiser car that was a tribute to his father.
backup after crashing in practice this morning.
Did I tell you guys that I got my holy grail coming in the mail this coming week? The 2014 Daytona 500 race win.
Getting a little high there. That makes,
My dad bought it for me
makes you wonder
after I was joking with him about buying it.
good move forward early,
How about that?
but slipping and sliding now.
It was only 150.
Using
High selling diecast of 2014.
up in that 34 truck.
They went to commercial after 6 laps. We didn't even make it 8 or 10 laps. They went to commercial after 6 fucking laps, dude. But yeah, I got 2 cars in the mail. 2017 Exalta Budweiser throwback and the 2014 Daytona 500. Sunday at Charlotte, I'm going to go look in the tents, and if I see anything that I really, really, really want for a decent price, I'll see if the guy there will match the cheapest eBay price or whatever that I can find. We'll see. Because it'd be nice to get a good price and not have to pay shipping. So as of now, here's the rundown of my collection. Dale Jr. 2003 Talladega race win. Dale Jr. 2000 Richmond race win car. 2010 Wrangler number 3 nationwide car. 2012 Dark Knight Rises Diet Mountain Dew. Dale Jr. 2004 Talladega race win. Dale Jr. 1999 Budweiser car. 2004 Daytona 500 race win. 2001 Budweiser MLB All-Star Game. 2005 Busch Series number 81 Menards. 2002 number 3 Oreo Busch Series car. And Dale Earnhardt's final win 2000 Talladega race win car. Those are the ones I have right now. Yeah. It's an addiction. I'm slowing down though. Because the two main ones I really wanted was 2014 Daytona and the Batman car. And I've got those now. Yeah, DFS, I'll get that on Discord after the race is over. I'm going to get SRX on PlayStation. I'm not going to make the mistake of buying another one of those fucking games on Steam because the PC version of NASCAR Heat 5 was ass. And like I said, I've been emailing with this lady from 704 all day. I'm like, can you just give me a fucking refund, please? Because it was literally a waste of my money to get rid of the game on PlayStation and then still pay full price to get it on PC and then have it run like shit. So I'm not too confident in my race pick right now. Ben Rhodes has dropped to 9th place. Maybe it's good I picked him. I don't like him. Maybe it jinxed him. He'll finish 2nd. Haley Deegan's 11th. I know she started 12th, but she's still running good.
The Fox Bet Super 6 app is giving you a chance to win Clint's brand new Camping World RV and $25,000 for free.
Charlotte Motor Speedway, that is a beautiful facility. Been there many times and will be there again Sunday.
Don't miss out and play now. Mike, we know you gave Clint a lot of that money throughout the course of the years. Is that your old RV too, or is that's brand new?
Haley Deegan top 10. She just passed Stuart Friesen for 10th place. Gripping that bottom line in 1 and 2. Boy, Michael Waltrip gets so excited over female racers. Todd Gilliland passed John Hunter Nemechek for 3rd during the commercial. Creed has a 2.5 second lead on Austin Hill. Halfway through stage 1. I can't figure out why Heat 5 runs like shit on my PC. Because my PC runs Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 5 and other big games. But NASCAR Heat 5 runs like shit for some reason. So bad that I want my money back. There's some kind of fucking compensation.
And as Jamie points out, what a great advantage that is for Haley to come here and get laps before this difficult test. And I agree, Mike, I've been impressed with her. She hasn't tried to do too much, and each race just gets better and better. A strong run last week, 14th, top 15 at Dakota, difficult circumstances.
No doubt, and you know, she's coming up on Ben Rhodes.
Look at the people Deegan's out running, like Stuart Friesen, Johnny Sauter, Eckes, Chandler Smith. Like I said, Derek Krause is in 8th right now. That's good for him.
Everything she does is new to her in the trucks, and it's a lesson that she's learned and is doing so well. I'm really
It's not supposed to really rain anymore this weekend at Charlotte, so I'm hoping that the track stays rubbered in really well. I did hear they brought a new tire compound to the 600 for the Cup cars. I think they mentioned that in practice. Whoa, lap car just nearly got run over by Crafton and Derek Krause. Oh, my Lord.
That was close.
Meanwhile, up front, Gilliland's fast. Haley Deegan's passing my race pick. Well, she's trying. She was looking underneath Ben Rhodes. Lap truck's going to make her move up the track. Tuck in behind him off of 4. Hocevar's had an adventurous night, and we're only 18 laps in. Kraft is not really slow, but he was so fast he nearly ran over that lap truck a lap ago.
Carson Hocevar in that Nice machine, number 42.
What's going on here? Ryan Truex, Johnny Sauter. Sauter all over Truex. Truex trying to block him. Hurt his entry into 3.
Sauter inside the top 15.
They cut away from that to show Austin Hill, Gilliland, and Nemechek 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Creed is 3.5 seconds ahead of all 3 of them now.
Right there.
Zoom that camera in a little closer, Fox.
If you didn't watch practice this morning, Vince, I promise folks at home, it was a mess. And these drivers just show how...
Well, Mikey, it was daylight. There's more grip on the racetrack. It's cooler at night.
Students of the game, they watch the extreme practice, the Cup guys run.
So I'm not surprised to see everybody was spinning out in truck practice. I watched all of Cup practice earlier. I tell you what caught my attention in Cup practice was Eric Jones. Eric Jones really caught my attention. If I had to pick two underdogs Sunday, I'd say Chris Buescher, Eric Jones. But I think my pick to win the 600 is going to be an obvious one. I think it's going to be Kyle Larson or Chase Elliott. I'll say Larson, but I just have a feeling Larson will give it away or something bad will happen. 600 miles. That's an easy race to give away for somebody like Larson. Lots of time to make a mistake or have something bad happen. Either way, I'm sorry you won't get to see my reaction to it. Hey, there's Ty Majeski. I saw him win an ARCA race there a couple of years ago. The only ARCA race I will ever go to. I had the weekend pass for the 600, so I went to pole night, and the ARCA race was there at the same time. Not a very exciting race, but it had a pretty good finish with Majeski winning.
Michael said he's up to 15th as you see our leader, Sheldon Creed. He's led them all.
This really isn't a surprise. We looked at all the data, the lap tracker, and the times from the earlier practice, and we only got to run about 5 or 6 laps in a row, Vince, before the caution flew. But that truck there, Sheldon Creed, was the best in that practice session.
First time Creed has led laps here at
Imagine
Charlotte.
that. Practice.
He's led them all.
Talking about practice.
Late laps of stage 1.
Whoop-de-doo. Oh, I wish I'd have slept longer today. Guys, overnight stocking at Ingles is fucking boring. I don't recommend it. You will want to kill yourself. Practice. Yeah, I know. Many moons ago, we did this shit on race weekends called practice. Grandkids gonna be like, they used to practice? Yeah. Yes, little Timmy, they used to practice. Looks like Sheldon Creed didn't need the practice. I don't need to make a Discord server. This is our Discord server. We come in here and we talk. If I made a Discord server, I'd never be on it. Hell, I forget to check the Discords that I am in. The only one I was actively keeping up with was this Friday the 13th Discord for a mod on the PC version. Another game that runs great on my PC that's not NASCAR Heat 5. So 704, if you're out there, quit fucking patronizing me and telling me to do stupid shit with my computer that I literally always do. Ain't drivers updated? Yes. Is the patch up? Is the latest patch downloaded for the game? Yes. And I use a 4K fucking television. And your game still runs like shit. Fucking A. Well, Chris, funny you should mention that. Determine the. I think qualifying is tomorrow morning at 11. I will not be awake because I'm not getting up until right before the Xfinity race at 1 o'clock. I honestly wish the Xfinity race was at 3 or something, but it's at 1, so I'll be up at like 12:45. Because tonight's the night I play Friday the 13th with my buddies, and we usually get offline around 3:30 at the latest, and then I can knock out and sleep till after 12. 3 to go on the stage. Through traffic, Gilliland has cut Creed's lead in half, but with 3 to go, he's not going to catch him. Boy, lap traffic's really bad here. I'm surprised. I can't remember the last time I saw lap traffic be so bad at Charlotte. Is that just me? Haley Deegan's on the verge of getting stage points, or at least 1 point. That 14 truck is all over the place. He shouldn't be out there. Who's in that 14 truck? Some guy named Hutchins? because he is all over the place. Doesn't know how to get out of the way. 2 to go. Pit road's closed. Drew Dollar's 25th in a KBM truck. I'll give him a break. It's his first fucking race.
New parts and pieces. And when you put one together and you bring it to the racetrack and it performs like this, all that work paid off.
I'm going to stream NASCAR Heat sometime tomorrow or Sunday or early Sunday DFS.
Not that they'd rested on their laurels, but from that championship,
Maybe I don't know if I'll stream Friday the 13th tonight. I really don't know. I'll think about it over the next couple hours. I will think about it.
And we're going to be coming strong, and they are doing just that. Final lap here in stage 1. Sheldon Creed, it has been a dominating performance. He has led all 29 laps so far here in this stage.
It's Derek Cope in a Hutchins mask. That's what it fucking looks like.
You know, the team says we need to develop new parts and pieces, and they get them all together on paper.
So Sheldon Creed going to let Timmy Hill keep his lap here? No, he's going to go to the outside of Timmy Hill in 3 and try to put him a lap down.
He won 11 stages.
Woo! Gets him loose around that outside.
2020.
Sheldon Creed wins stage 1.
This season until
Uncontested stage win there.
Sheldon Creed, first stage win of 2021.
Sheldon Creed and GMS Racing.
Gilliland having another strong run. Don't tell me Todd Gilliland's going to win me over.
Motorsports on these big tracks, not tonight so far.
Impressive. Led all 30 of...
Everybody wants some. Okay. Sorry. I've had Van Halen stuck in my head all day. Would I change political parties if you paid me? I would at least pretend for you if it made you feel better. Haley Deegan got 10th in that stage. She's getting better and better. I am seeing progression from her, and she's finishing races. So good for her. She got to learn. Got to learn these big tracks. ARCA was a complete waste of her time. She probably should have just went straight to trucks because you're not going to learn shit from ARCA. What can you learn from a series where fucking Scott Speed and Ricky Stenhouse were championship contenders? I mean, really? What are you going to learn from a series where Danica Patrick can show up in her first race and finish 6th? I mean, come on. You can't learn shit from ARCA. Did you guys hear Kerry Earnhardt on the Dale Jr. download? Really, really interesting. Made me dislike Teresa Earnhardt even more the way I hear them talk about how she treated them. Teresa Earnhardt, if you're out there, fuck you. Slam. First time Kerry Earnhardt comes to the house to meet Dale Jr. and Kelly, and Teresa slams the door in his face. Yeah, that's a thing that happened. Which driver's going to nose in the wall first? Probably fucking Hocevar, the way he's been driving tonight. Or somebody's going to get tired of that 14 getting in the fucking way if he doesn't get parked for not maintaining minimum speed or something. Oh, if only I could gather up 307 subscribers before Sunday, then I could stream from the racetrack. If only. And we're back.
Welcome back to Camping World Truck Series Racing here on FS1, presented by Blue Emu. Todd Gilliland and Sheldon Creed so strong there in that first stage, but Creed winning it.
So I'm going to the 600 Sunday, Daytona at the end of August, and the Charlotte Roval. Bristol, I don't know if I'll go to Bristol now because we're going to Daytona. Daytona was Dylan's idea. But I'm definitely going to the Charlotte Roval later this year after I go to Daytona. So I got a couple more races to hit this year, maybe 3 or 4.
Please visit vaccines.gov, or you can text your zip code to 438.
Go make everybody get together and make as many accounts as you can so I can stream from the racetrack Sunday. And subscribe to me.
And I'm really thankful for that. Vince is as well. Yes, sir.
Let's come to pit road.
So this is a really short race. Stage 1's 30 laps, stage 2's 30, and then the last is 74. I run 100-lap races in NASCAR games at Charlotte all the time. So this is not going to be a long night here. Unless it turns into another mess like Darlington.
Off with the number 21, Zane Smith. He said it was free through 1 and 2, not bad through 3 and 4. So they're going to make a little bit of an air pressure change. Keep it quick, keep it smooth. Fuel and tires go 1 down on that track bar. Move up pit lane a little further to the number 4, John Hunter Nemechek. They knew he was really close to Sheldon. They told him, be patient. We know you're being held up. His message back was about time we all messed up in turn 3. They're making some adjustments. Regan.
Your leader, Sheldon Green, the 2 truck. That truck started off too free.
Race off pit road goes to John Hunter Nemechek, takes the lead. No, they say Gilliland. Really? Gilliland? Looked like Nemechek to me. So they say Gilliland gets the lead. Nemechek second. Creed drops to third.
Nemechek up a spot. Sheldon Creed drops a couple.
There you go.
Watch this battle off.
And Haley Deegan gains a spot. I'm sorry. I know I sound like when they used to talk about Danica, but I'm really pulling for Haley Deegan to do well. Because I see so much potential with her. I see potential with her that I never saw with an idiot like Danica. So I'm going to play the role of Darrell Waltrip, only I'm going to talk about Haley Deegan all the time. Hope it's a short race. I got to go to the bathroom, and it would be a long bathroom break, but I think I can make it to the end of the race. I had pizza from Louis earlier. Yeah, my diecast collection, now that I'm going to have a couple more 88 cars in the mix, I'm happy with it. Because I have OCD, I was like, man, I've got a lot of number 8 cars. I need some more 88s. And the next 2 I have in the mail are 88s. I found Dale Jr.'s 2015 Talladega win car for $200. That's out of my price range. More than I'm willing to pay, but I put it on my watch list. I'd really like to have that car, though. The 2015 Talladega car. It's beautiful. It's that shiny blue nationwide paint scheme. More variety is what I need. More 88s, more different paint schemes, you know. I've got enough Budweiser cars to keep me happy for now. But I do want that black one from like 2006 or whatever it was. And I want a Budweiser COT. And I want the 2008 Bud Shootout and the 2008 Michigan race win cars. So I still got some that I'd take a look at. I'll be happy to be sitting in a comfortable seat Sunday night because usually we sit on the fucking bleachers near turn 1 because they're great seats and they're like $20 or $30 cheaper, but you can still see the whole track, and I'm right at pit exit. This time we moved over. We're past the start-finish line, but still basically in the middle of the front stretch and won't be on bleachers, so. Jimmy Spencer, he's going to be on the Dale Jr. download soon.
I'm sweating and I'm hot and I'm tired. You spin me and end my day. I probably want to fight you too. They pissed a lot of people off.
I'm gonna bust his ass. I'll put this on gathering strike.
I'm a bad guy. I want in. There's only one way to put it. They were badass guys.
Can't wait for this. Fox Sports Films presents a dynamic look at the history of the renegade drivers in NASCAR, the outlaw spirit ingrained in the
Do I remember when Dale Jr. wrecked Vickers in 09? Yes, I do, and I laughed. Because Brian Vickers deserved it. That's what he gets for putting us in the fucking grass. He body slammed Dale Jr. into the grass. And then Jr. hooked him, and Vickers overcorrected and wrecked the whole field, but that's what Vickers gets. He had it coming. Brian Vickers deserved a lot worse than that, too.
Back to Charles Ford, North Carolina. Great job here so far.
Yeah, thank you. It's cool to see this team making all these little steps every week, and we've got a fast the Pete Store Ford F-150 tonight. So just shout out to all the fans here, all the guys watching at home, and everyone in Front Row Motorsports. And I saw you doing a clip about it. This is an awesome racetrack to get a win at.
Certainly is. I'm glad you have that attitude toward it. Okay, buddy.
That ain't gonna work, boys. Totally uncalled for. Well, tell Brian Vickers not to knock us in the fucking grass.
Full service.
Ooh, interesting. Gillen takes the
Vickers deserved that.
outside lane. I
Junior
didn't see
was
that.
not the bad guy.
Todd made an interesting point about the strides that his team is making.
Going green next time. Gilliland outside, Nemechek inside. Creed and Hill the second row. Behind them is Zane Smith and my pick Ben Rhodes. Ben Rhodes gained about
Step forward for those
3 or 4 spots on pit road. Or, well, for the lineup here, depending on what line he
Tonight's a
picked.
triple truck challenge race. Yep. Presented by Waffles. Well said. You always say that so well. I wanted to give it a try. Those two have won it already. You know, another win is even a bigger bonus should one of those two get the victory. So don't think these kids are going to go buy a boat or something.
Yeah, I wonder why Vickers hasn't filed for divorce. Or fled the country, one of the two.
As you see, pocketing a $50,000 bonus with their wins at Darlington and Circuit of the Americas. And if you would win 2 of the 3, which they have an opportunity to do with a win tonight, you get another 50 grand. Plus
Like I said, you know you're a piece of shit when even Dale Jr. still talks bad about you. And Jr. was not complimentary of Brian Vickers not long ago on the Dale Jr. download.
I know how important it is for sponsors and all the incentive you can get to help pay those.
I always wonder about guys like Jimmy Spencer and Ricky Rudd. Like, what the fuck are they doing now? I know Ricky Rudd, and Carl Edwards is one of those guys. Mark Martin now. What the fuck's he doing? They just waved off the restart for no reason. I say for no reason. I don't know the reason, but they just waved off the restart. Yes, let's ride around under caution for a half hour, please. Let's just go ahead and do this like Darlington.
I don't want to sound like I'm overly dramatic, but watch closely on these restarts. These guys just get so aggressive.
They get so aggressive.
Early and he drove off. That's why they push so hard.
You
They
get
know how
50
important
if
that track
Gillen
position
wins.
is.
Fucking A.
But, man,
Buy me a
see some
die-cast,
bold
Michael.
moves when we go back green. Jamie,
Give me that 50 so I can buy another die-cast.
What did he have?
So they've actually made 3 stops to pit road now. The first was for fuel and tires. The second and the third were to try and raise that truck up a little bit. He was dragging through that whole first stage. So hopefully they have it at a place where he can actually get out there and battle now. But he's got to go all the way through the field as he's back in 27th.
Yeah, a lot of position loss, but you got to get it right. And if you're going to make that kind of change early, is the time to do it.
Yeah, you can overcome it doing it at the end of the first stage. Into the second stage, that hole gets too deep. So I like what the team did. If he's having that much trouble with it,
I come on here and beg for money so I can buy race cars.
Finished 11th in stage 1, and as Jamie said, back outside the top 25 for this restart.
Look at that top 10, though. Todd Gillen right there up front, along with John Hunter. There's the 26 we talked about, Tyler Ankrum. He's solidly in the top 10. Deegan and Friesen round out that group. Jared Krause just behind them in the Napa truck. He's running well tonight.
So for this restart, it'll be Gilliland on the outside and John Hunter Nemechek on the inside. And when they come across and take the lead, we're going to take you for a ride with the 2 of Sheldon.
Finally,
Creed.
green flag, stage 2.
Underway at Charlotte.
That was a long caution. Great push on the inside from Creed to Nemechek. Nemechek takes the lead easily. Gilliland had no push in the outside line. He's back to 4th now because Nemechek, Creed, and Zane Smith pull ahead. Not the restart Gilliland needed. He goes really wide in 3. Oh, whoa, whoa, look out. The 18 just put Johnny Sauter in the wall off of 4, and I thought the 18 was going to get hooked.
Smith didn't know he was there.
Now in figures 3 wide with Purdy and Sauter. That was way further back, about 18th place. And we cut the visor cam of Tyler Ankrum in the top 10, so we can't see anything that's going on. Sauter's got a really bad left front tire round. That tire's going. Oh, look out. Oh, good God. What a nightmare. I think he's going to make it to pit road. I think he's going to make it. He will. Boy, that was close.
Yeah,
there was about 10 different almost wrecks there.
It started on the restart here. Slaughter gets the high side.
Look at the 98 on the outside there.
You can see
18 and Sauter were beating the hell out of each other for a whole lap. Chandler Smith shoved him up the hill. Sauter side drafted him down the back, and then the 18 just went wide off of 4. Put Sauter in the wall. And cut Sauter's left front down.
These trucks are really sensitive. It's an important part of the truck.
And then look at the run.
Just in front of Sauter was this.
Rhodes got on Austin Hill, and Hill blocked him to the grass on the front stretch, nearly caused a wreck.
It's a heck of a day at sea, sir. There's so much going on everywhere we look. Action and contact. I'm going to tell you about the 18 of Chandler Smith. He won't be able to drive that truck very competitively with all that damage to the right rear. He uses the right rear of the truck.
Wonder if Sauter's going to go pay back the 18 now.
In check and lean on that air. He doesn't have a right rear anymore.
Well, you saw Smith just kind of run Sauter out of room there, and is that a tough position for the spotters to see the trucks on track at that location where they were coming off for?
Yeah, they're really tight on the outside.
Well, there's not.
wall.
Well, there's damage, but
You can see the damage on the right rear. That's Drew Dollar in the 51.
yeah, that's pretty bad on the 18.
A couple of teammates from Kyle Busch Motorsports,
Drew Dollar barely stayed on the lead lap in stage 1
primary
there.
truck in practice, and now Chandler Smith in that 18, as you said, Mike's going to have a handful with that damage on the right rear.
That team's got to formulate a plan. We got to figure out a way to get a right rear on that one thing. As Brett Holmes in the 32, way down.
All these shallow entries into these corners. How are these guys not just getting tight and busting ass?
Watches all this as Drew Dollar picks up another spot.
How about that damage on the 18 of Chandler Smith, Jamie?
Chandler was telling his team that the changes they made, it made him looser than he was before. They had to tell him it was because he had damage on the rear and knocked that quarter panel off. Now he just has to fight through it.
Yeah, that's significant, and you aren't going to be able to fight through it. You're going to have to make repairs to be competitive at all. See the whole field just screaming by him a truck at a time.
Yeah, at this point, Chandler Smith needs a caution so he can come in, or he's going to have to come in under green, or he's going to just live with it and continue to get past.
Yeah, I think you're going to live with it until the caution comes out. It's your only choice right now. There's Chase Purdy going by. Grant Enfield.
Why are they showing Bubba Wallace? He ain't in this race.
Austin Wayne Self in the 22.
I ain't watching NASCAR ever again.
For Chandler Smith, had a difficult go of it at Coda.
So how are the Boomers reconciling the fact that Bubba Wallace is driving a military remembrance paint scheme this weekend?
Since then, they've not been in the top 10.
Yeah, I really look for a good run for this team tonight. He was strong in practice. And
Nemechek out front, past halfway of stage 2.
Took the lead on that restart. And remember, we told you Sheldon Creed restarting on the second row, and it would be interesting to see if he would be able to resume at the front. Well, not quite
Good
yet.
race so far
North
by modern Charlotte standards. Boy, that orange number 81 Menards car that I have looks really cool in the dark when a light shines on it. That is like such an interesting color, that like day glow orange. Did I just hear thunder? Surely not. I'm tripping. Oh God, I wish I could go to bed, but I gotta stay up late. Play with my friends. I really want to after having to fucking be at Ingles 4 days this week, 3 in a row, and then 1 last night. Ugh, that was not fun. Not fun at all. Hopefully I can keep up the energy. Well, I don't really have the energy to go back, but hopefully I can tolerate this job for a long while. because I know I have my other job to fall back on. And it pays $1 more an hour. Hey, you guys want to go to Pocono June 26th and 27th and be bored to death? No? Okay, didn't think so. Caution is out. We'll find out why.
World Truck Series racing from Charlotte Motor Speedway here on FS1, presented by Blue Emu.
The 32 has crashed hard.
Big damage, heavy damage.
Oh no, Holmes. Holmes is going home with 10 to go in stage 2.
Tanner Gray had gone around exiting turn 4, and there's a look at Holmes.
Looked like he got down on the apron and maybe kicked himself loose. And
Wow.
Tanner Gray became a part
Once
of that
again,
problem.
terrible camera work by Fox. We literally have no fucking idea how this happened.
Flying. Nice job by Jack Wood and that 24 truck slipping through the middle.
Pocono is not a problem. It's the cars. Pocono's a good racetrack, and I don't care what anybody says. I love Pocono, the track.
Fresh set of those good years. Not so fortunate if you're
The Xfinity Series races at Pocono have been great.
Series champion.
Past Cup races from years ago were great there. They were just too long, but I still think Pocono's underrated as a racetrack.
It's interesting as you see Tyler Ankrum head to pit road. Ankrum, one of those outside the cut line coming into this race. Johnny Sauter was on the bubble. Sauter is struggling. Ankrum having a very good run, so that gap is shrinking for those drivers trying to get inside the cut line.
And this caution flag, Johnny Sauter's 2 laps down, right, racing for his playoff chances, and this caution flag is going to hurt his efforts to get back on the lead lap. He needed everybody to stay out until the stage break and try to grab one there, but now he's going to be stuck 2 laps down.
Look at Grant Infinger and that 9 truck. Back-to-back top 5s. Infinger running this 9 for this season and running a half year for Thorsport in the 98. And great to see those honor and remember logos on the Goodyear tires. Such a special.
Yeah, Pocono's a good racetrack. These kids today don't understand. It's just because they've only ever watched shitty race cars drive there. Pocono has the capabilities of putting on some really interesting races. The fact that it's so big, you know, it's 2.5 miles, that opens up all kinds of pit strategy, fuel mileage, them long straightaways for drafting when you've got a car that will actually fucking draft. I don't know why the Generation 6 Cup car will not fucking draft for shit. That's been one of the biggest mysteries ever since we went to that piece of shit car. It just won't draft. Unless we make the spoiler 25 feet tall like it is at Talladega. Go back and watch the 2013 Daytona 500, the first race of the Gen 6. That car would not fucking draft. Would not fucking draft. Hey, Jeff. We're discussing Pocono and that the fact that I think it's one of the more underrated racetracks. Oh, that better not be another email. Okay, it's not. I thought it was another email from NASCAR Heat. Give me my fucking refund. Save me a lot of headaches and give me a refund. Jeremy, how'd you make that move on Earnhardt? Lots of meth and lots of balls. He had to be methed out of his head to make that move on Earnhardt at Pocono in 2000.
Your current leader, Sheldon Creed, won stage 1. We're with 7 to go here in stage 2. Under caution, Brett Holmes and Tanner.
Hey, Holmes.
Bringing out the yellow.
There's what young Chandler Smith needed, a new right rear fender. And if his team fixes it better than it was originally,
We're going to have 6 to go in stage 2 at this restart.
all they can get back there.
Boy, that back straightaway at Charlotte is deceptively long.
Break about the move that Tyler Ankrum is making on Johnny Sauter. You said Johnny Sauter a couple of laps down. Ankrum having a good run. He came into this race, Ankrum did, minus 37 below the cut line. So he's already picked up 17 points. And Johnny Sauter's cushion above that cut line is just 3. Austin Wayne Self and Tyler Ankrum, Chandler Smith all putting on the pressure. Haley Deegan, too, for that matter. Tighten it up back there,
That stupid
Vince.
drone cam.
We saw Stuart Friesen come back down pit road. Jamie, what's going on there with the 52?
It was his first time coming down pit lane during this stage. So what happened is new crew chief for the weekend, John Leonard, just missed it. They meant to come as soon as pits opened, but they didn't call it soon enough, so he had to come back down on that second lap.
Well, as a driver, you're supposed to do what your crew chief tells you to, but in that case, mighta, shoulda, nada.
Mighta, shoulda, nada.
Let's get this restart. See if that outside lane.
They mighta, shoulda, nada put Michael Waltrip in the booth at any point in his life. Look out! Creed almost got turned by Gilliland on this restart.
And we're 3 wide.
And Gilliland goes to the middle. They're dropping back.
Get rolling again.
Nemechek, Zane Smith, and Hill. And Derek Kraus is fourth.
Handful of positions.
4 trucks get away up front.
Wow. Put 3 wide.
Creed is just
Dangerous position.
going to the back. He looks like he's on a super speedway.
Just the way these race restarts
3
go.
wide in the middle. Oh, there they go.
Gilliland and
Yeah, Creed and Gilliland.
going around
And
caution.
Creed got the worst of it, but somehow, oh, no, never mind. He came back down and accidentally hit the 23. Creed's probably not going to be too happy with Todd Gilliland.
Started by Creed not getting a go at the restart.
Creed had a bad restart. Gilliland went to the middle to try to get around him. They were 3 wide for a whole lap, and then Gilliland in 4 lost it underneath him, and it was a slow developing accident, but Creed's chances to win are done. Gilliland, I don't think he got much, but he's lost his track position.
And then Todd Gilliland just dives into turn 3 and can't hold his
Creed
truck
would have been
straight
okay, but that 23
because he
came
was
by
so
as he was
close
darting back
to
down the
Sheldon
track
Creed.
and
They were side
hit
by
him.
side.
Watch this restart, and Sheldon Creed will start outside front row.
Wow.
But just doesn't get a good start, and then ends up
That was almost another Darlington situation on this restart.
But you see how
Worked out great for Derek Kraus, though.
got a perfect start. Creed's push went awry, and that started this whole mess with those 2 trucks side by side.
Now watch 38. Gilliland
3
and
wide for a whole
2-3.
lap, basically.
The 2 triple truck challenge contenders, by the way.
Boy, 3 and 4 at Charlotte, you just get so tight.
Loose and into
You
Creed.
get so tight there.
Gilliland luckily slipped by, and it looked like Creed was gonna until the last minute when the 23 just couldn't get low enough and ran into him. Oh, this is gonna be
On board from Ankrum during this wreck is going to be crazy. Yee, look out. He made it through.
There's the Sheldon Creed.
Sheldon Creed's guys are upset, buddy.
You know that brand new truck, Vince, that we were talking about? It's going to need some new parts and pieces.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's junk.
Doesn't look good, Regan. Creed done for the night, I would imagine.
Yeah, unfortunately, Vince, such high
Creed's
hopes
out of the
for brand new
truck.
This team brought out tonight, but the spindle on the left front.
He's going to go over and punch Todd Gilliland, even though Gilliland's still racing.
Done. The left front tire has nothing to keep it pointing straight.
Right, heartbreaker for
Well, that's
Sheldon
2 really
Creed,
good trucks.
Series champion.
One completely out of the race. One severely hurt his chances. Nemechek's up front looks dominant now, but my money's sitting there in 8th place hoping for some more bullshit to happen.
Truck, as we mentioned, led every lap of stage 1.
Nemechek pits from the lead. Ben Rhodes does as well. This is the right strategy for these guys. I like this strategy for Ben Rhodes. My pick to win the race.
Nemechek, he's been happy with the way that the truck has been handling. He says, wasn't as much help as I needed on that first pit stop, so they're going to go a little bit more aggressive with the changes this time. It was still a little too free.
Possibly a shock change on the left rear, or perhaps a spring rubber. A big adjustment on the left rear for Nemechek. You can see these teams all taking their time and making adjustments, Vince, because they know they're going to start in the back and just limp to the stage break and stay out and get that track.
The stage might end under caution. Actually, I think they're going to try to restart it with 1 to go.
Heads are just constantly spinning, trying to figure out any way to get an advantage.
By the way, 4 sets of tires tonight, so you have to be judicious.
If they can get this lineup right, they'll do a 1-lap sprint for the stage.
Why you're going to take it easy, those teams that came in for this stop right here, you're going to take it easy on these last couple of laps at the end of stage 2.
Yeah.
Don't want to burn off the good
NASCAR's
of those tires.
trying feverishly to get the track cleaned off so we can go racing for a couple of laps.
It'll be a lap. Michael Waltrip can't count.
I'll remind you about big baseball matchups tomorrow on Fox. National League East Showdown. Baseball night in America. The Braves battling the Mets. Maybe the Giants facing the Dodgers out on the West Coast, or the Brewers and the Nationals. It's tomorrow, 7 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Check the local listings for the game in your area.
We're going to get that 1 to go, Vince.
Teams coming to the choose zone, choosing the inside lane or the outside lane. And again, watch the 38 of Gilliland trying to gather it up, and Sheldon Creed, wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, Sheldon struggled on the restart because of the push from behind, got him sideways, and then the push from the side knocked him into the wall.
Just ahead of that wreck, you see Derek Kraus got really tight in 4.
Gilliland just getting loose there, and we see that.
Took off straight towards the wall.
Track a lot, but just in this particular instance, there was another truck on the outside of him, and there was nowhere to go. Nowhere for Gilliland to gather it up.
Yeah, but if you're Sheldon Creed, you think to yourself, or you're going to tell Todd Gilliland, it's your job to drive your truck.
Yep.
It's not my job to keep you straight. That was a mistake. But we see these guys, they race aggressively every lap, and when you race at that high of an intensity level, there's going to be issues.
How about some radio from Gilliland?
Gilliland radio.
I don't think it's nothing that can fix for. Yeah, I wasn't trying to go middle. He just pushed up and then I shoved me in there. All good.
We're going to have a 1-lap shootout.
On their channel.
Yes, probably not quite the same perspective on the channel of the 2 cam.
Yeah, and that 2 driver. Sheldon Creed,
Gilliland's got a lot of right side damage. That door's punched in.
Run as hard as he can. He doesn't like
Nothing's tore up, but it's a pretty big dent.
Hear about that.
So Zane Smith, Austin Hill, Derek Kraus, Tom Majeski, Matt Crafton, Ryan Truex, 1 lap.
On the outside. And it's going to be
Get those points, Kraus.
1 lap left in stage 2.
What about some of the players we got up front? Here comes Austin Hill with a nice
Austin
shot.
Hill around the outside of Zane Smith.
66 Ty has done a great job.
Neither line has a great push, so they're pretty equal. Off of 2, down the back.
There we go, 4 wide again.
Fanning out.
Good God, 4 wide for like 6th place. How do they get through 3 and 4? This is where guys have been getting tight and busting ass. Oh, yep, there goes Austin Wayne Self, and they cut away from it. Zane Smith wins stage 2. Austin Hill 2nd, Derek Kraus 3rd. Actually, no, Majeski gets 3rd, Kraus drops to 4th, Truex 5th.
Was able to spin and not get collected.
Wow. It is all happening at a rapid pace. They played nice through stage 1, and then I'm not sure, Mike, if they all got an idea that maybe there's some weather in the area. We better get with the program.
Well, they drive like there's weather in the area all the time on these restarts, Vince. We know if they can just sort it out after 4 or 5 laps on the restart, things will calm down. But getting that accomplished sometimes seems to be quite the challenge.
Also, Austin Wayne Self losing some track position there on that spin. Watch him there in the middle between the 26 and the 9.
Austin Wayne Self was 3 wide with Ankrum, and Enfinger got tight and spun out when he got into Ankrum.
But look at this, sliding through the corner, through the field.
Nice save. Didn't hit anything.
Keep it out of the inside.
Gotta give it to him.
Nice job there.
Nice save by Ankrum and Austin Wayne Self. And then Ankrum got turned at the finish line at the end of the stage. Looped it around, didn't hit anything.
The dramatic ending to the second stage for the 26 truck. Now he's got a flat tire,
So Tyler Ankrum and Austin Wayne Self, two drivers that are outside the cut line but making moves toward a playoff position tonight, both with issues at the end of stage 2. No problems for this guy, though. Zane Smith, the stage 2 winner.
Man, you know, when I played in my 2005 career mode today, I was racing at Dover, and I've talked about in the past, fuel mileage at Dover in NASCAR 2005 is kind of shitty. I'll do a 48 lap race. My car will run out of gas at like lap 22, and the AI will go to like lap 25, pit, and make it on one stop. So today, I started last at Dover. I got to about 10th place, and I rode slow there and stayed in about 10th place. And I was able to save about 3.5, 4 laps of gas to make it to like lap 25 or 26 and pit as I was running out of gas coasting around. And then after I came out, drove hard, drove up, took the lead, and with 3 to go, a caution come out, and I won the race. So I feel like I outsmarted the game today. Who's this albino Gordon Ramsay in this commercial? I had a cup race at Michigan today in NASCAR 2005. I had to skip qualifying to run the truck race. So I started last in the cup race at Michigan. Working my way to the front, and what do you fucking know? Brian Vickers blocks me down to the grass and is being a general dick. And we get together, and it sends me up the track and knocks me into Sterling Marlin, puts him in the wall, and now Sterling Marlin hates me. And then I caught back up to Brian Vickers and doored him into 3 and sent him off into the corner, and he slid up and hit the wall. And unlike NASCAR Heat 5, he didn't hit the wall and then go faster. That'll happen in NASCAR Heat 5. Somebody will fuck you over. You'll get them back, and when you hit them, they slide, hit the wall, and then they go like 30 miles an hour faster after they've hit the wall and drive away from you. So you really can't pay anybody back in that game. But in those old NASCAR games like 2005, you can pay people back. Yeah, Briscoe's driving the 5 car, and isn't Reddick driving the 31 again or something
Zane
tomorrow,
Smith,
Michael?
the stage 2 winner.
BJ McLeod teaming up with Stuart Haas Racing.
Stage 1 and won stage 1.
That's exciting.
He is out of the race.
Could bode well for the future of BJ McLeod's team.
Just joining us, Creed tangled with Todd Gilliland and Creed.
These top 9, Smith, Hill, Majeski, Kraus, Truex, Hostbar, Crafton, Freeze, and Enfinger will all pit here. Nemechek should take the lead now.
And our current race leader, Zane Smith, in the number 21. They're making a decision to make it quick in, quick out, not make any adjustments so they can hold on to some track position, Regan.
Austin Hill in the 16 truck. They've been working on this truck the first stop of the night. Made it better.
I'm sitting in the Ford section. I think section F, row 21. Ford section's the best place to sit at Charlotte, in my opinion. Ford or Chrysler.
That's race
the complexion just changed, Vince. Flipped around. We have
Or is it GM? Whatever. Ford's my favorite section to sit in.
So what's Zane Smith going to get for his stage win other than a playoff point? He's going to restart outside the top 10.
Yeah, definite change in track position, that's for sure.
I like this. The stage break
strategies.
Yeah. Anytime you have strategy comes into play, you get a chance. We saw Hocevar struggling earlier. Now look at him. Stuart Friesen, the same story. Grant Enfinger again in the top 5 like we see so many times lately.
Good stuff. Getting ready for this final stage. Give us an opportunity to remind you that certainly as we remember and honor those who gave their lives in service to our country this Memorial Day weekend, Fox Sports is proud to support Dreams for Veterans, a program of Dreams
They're looking for Charlie 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
National Dream Granting Organization for terminally ill adults. And the Dreams for Veterans program grants final dreams for our servicemen and women, providing them comfort and closure at the end of their life. Certainly a great program and important every day of the year. But
there's Danny Boner. Danny Bond.
This weekend, Memorial Day weekend.
We got a penalty, Zane Smith. Over the wall too soon.
Zane Smith won stage 2, but has a penalty for crew member over the wall too soon.
You got to remember, if you jump over the wall too soon, jump back up on the wall and then come back down, and it won't be a penalty.
Is penalized, and Vince, we talk about this a lot. A penalty.
They must have not realized they were over the wall too soon.
Is really hard to overcome. We've seen how difficult passing is, and he's just going to have to be overly aggressive on this restart. What a great stage it was.
Drew Dollar and Haley Deegan in the top 10.
So
Bailey Curry in the top 10. My pick, Ben Rhodes, is 5th. Interesting to see Hocevar, Friesen, and Enfinger stayed out, so actually Nemechek is 4th.
A few moments ago about there being some weather in the area, and
is it there's weather in the area?
Teams are always keeping
not supposed to rain, is it?
We had some rain a little bit earlier today.
We got to check the weather ourselves. They're talking about there's weather in the area now.
Let's go down to Jamie with Sheldon Creed.
We saw Sheldon crawl out of the car on pit
This will be a good
lane.
interview, Sheldon Creed.
A lot of traffic out there. What happened from your seat?
Yeah, I didn't get a great restart there. Then when the 38 got to me, it picked me up a little bit and spun him. Got split 3 wide, and I don't know if I cleared him down the back stretch or if he hung there, but he got a huge run into 3, and I guess tried going 3 wide middle, and I guess I don't know what he was trying to do.
Yeah, there's weather in the area, but it looks like it's going to miss Concord where the racetrack is at. So that's weird. It's raining at my house right now, in case you're wondering. So that was thunder I heard earlier.
I probably didn't do any favors by staying close to him, but I don't know. I think he thinks he's Kyle Larson. Sometime he's going to go do some slide stops. But anyway, I just want to thank Lift Kids for Less for coming on board.
I see the rage in Sheldon Creed's eyes. Honestly, can't blame him.
It looks like our teammate is running pretty good, so hopefully he can go.
Forza, when you run against the wall. And I heard in iRacing at certain tracks like Bristol, you can bounce off that outside wall just a little bit and you'll go faster. So that's interesting.
And the penalty that comes along with it. So look, a bit of a heartbreaker for Zane Smith, a stage 2 winner, and now I'm going to have to go to the tail of the line and watch the Hawkeye. It's a tire carrier.
He's on the ground and the truck wasn't too. He just crossed that line, and that's a penalty NASCAR calls. That's why we have the Hawkeye system, the digital system that allows NASCAR to monitor these pit stops, keeps the playing field level for all competitors.
And the pit stops, such a timed bit of choreography that sometimes if the driver doesn't get in quite as quickly as he should, it throws off the timing of those crew members coming over the wall, and that can create that problem.
You know, just think about last week we magnified that by doing it in the rain, so that really does throw the timing off. So Zane Smith back to pit lane. See what Matt Crafton, he's having a solid run. What's that team thinking?
You got to be kidding me.
Wow, they just had to bleep out about 4 F-bombs from Matt Crafton.
No,
Is that Crafton or Junior Joyner that was cussing?
Looks pretty calm now, doesn't it?
Oh, I guess it was Junior Joyner that was yelling and screaming and saying the F word.
I'm guessing that
Sounded like Kurt Busch from 2011 there.
was calm on the outside, probably still had the
Okay, we're coming to lap 69. Nice.
Well, Vince, we've talked about these restarts.
Hocevar, Friesen, and Enfinger, they stayed out.
Risk
Nemechek and Rhodes behind them.
And so now Matt Crafton's back in 14th position.
Well, the spots are too hard to get on track. You can't afford to give them up on pit road.
Well, we've seen that, how aggressively and crazy, really, wild racing we see on these restarts.
So Carson Hocevar on the inside.
Hocevar's strategy gets him up front after the crazy night he's had.
Enfinger on the inside of row 2. John Hunter Nemechek on the outside of the second row.
Weather in the area, but not a lot.
Ready for
Pop-up
this
shower.
third and final stage.
Missed the racetrack, I think.
This is going to be intense.
We are
Sit
past
back and enjoy.
halfway.
And the green flag is out for Hocevar.
It's raining here at my house. God, Derek Kraus has hit the fucking field turf back there. Friesen takes the lead. Rhodes around the outside of Nemechek and Hocevar for second. Go Rhodes. I hate to say this, but go Ben Rhodes. I'll take a little money tonight. Rhodes clears Nemechek for second. He clears Hocevar to the bottom. Friesen's the leader. Nice job by Ben Rhodes there. Got to hand it to him. 65 laps to go. Rhodes going for the lead. He dives to the inside of Friesen. He's going to get him going down the back here. He's coming off the corner on his quarter panel. He's got this. Now Nemechek blocked the 4. Blocked the 4. Nemechek went down below the line to make this pass, and he passes Friesen and Rhodes loses the truck getting into 3 and drops to 4th place. Nemechek takes the lead. God damn it. What a move by Nemechek, though. I can't hate on that. I thought my guy was about to get out front and take off, but nah. He did that fucking slingshot move down the back and drove all the way down to the road course, the backstretch chicane, to make that pass. That was a great move. That's a race car driver right there. And that's race car spelled forwards and backwards.
The rest of the field, you hate to see Nemechek out front. You like to keep him back into traffic.
Nemechek was 3-1 odds. It wouldn't have been worth betting on him anyway for $1. I should have said, give me $1 on Drew Dollar. He's 8th right now. God, Ben Rhodes is dropping like a fucking rock. What happened?
And looking for more. Watch this move from Nemechek.
Anytime you see a couple trucks side by side, you know you're going to get a run. But wow. Eckes went to throw the block, but it was too late. And that angle into the corner, Vince, it's so difficult to hold the gas.
Well, at least Hocevar's second.
Did it and made it work.
How about that move and the way the 4's rolling now, Jamie?
Well, it really goes back to a conversation I had with him earlier today. He said, we have to just execute. He said, we have all the confidence in the world and each other as a team, but we've got to be able to put it together. He finished his season.
I think Nemechek's got this race in the bag.
12th, and he said, we can't do that again.
Nobody's going to beat him the rest of the night. He's got the track position and everything. He's got all he needs.
Indeed. Nice little battle there on the right-hand side of
Just got to run these next 61 laps.
Austin Hill and Eckes for 4th.
Eckes slid up a bit, and Hill got to the bottom, but he just can't complete the pass. Eckes is able to keep the momentum up on the high side, and so far keep Hill behind him.
Eckes making his 5th.
Enfinger's getting the most out of that 9 truck.
Splitting that 98 with Grant Enfinger, and it's been a good run for Eckes. He was unfortunate at Coda and a 35th place finish, but the other 3 starts he was top 10. And there's the 9 of Enfinger, who Eckes is splitting that 98 truck with, and Enfinger has been hopping in the 9 out of the Cody Robaugh camp and has done great things with that as well. And I think what an advantage it is for the Robaugh.
Stop me if you heard this before. It's hot as shit in my room right now.
In their equipment with a driver like like Infinger, a veteran driver, being able to climb in and evaluate their stuff.
And Infinger wanted to show the world that he's not done yet. He's still got the ability to go out and win races, and it's been very impressive. And we heard the crew of Matt Crafton with their frustration. He restarted 14th. He's already up to the 7th spot, so they've got a fast truck. And right behind him, Ben Rhodes is nipping at his tailgate. A pair of teammates there inside the top 10.
Oh, wow. He'll just set the 98 into 3 to make the pass for 4th.
Yeah, it's just
he got it done.
Battle to try to get them back, and Matt Crafton's done a nice job with that 88 truck. A new truck for that team as well. We talked earlier about the GMS crew having new trucks. Crafton's got one.
Not a lot of guys running the top when they get strung out. Everybody's running the very, very bottom. So much for the traction compound.
I think there might be a little contact.
Now here's where Hill sent the 98. No. Air loose, pushed the air on the left rear. Nice move.
Shoved the air on the tailgate of that truck, and sideways he went.
I know Junior Joyner was yelling and screaming, but Crafton has went from 14th to 6th on this run
He has been so good
since the restart.
on the half tracks. Top 3 finishes in all 3, but yet to get a win.
But ain't nobody catching Nemechek. It's over.
Everybody chasing John Hunter.
I'm just glad there's a KBM driver dominating every race that I like. Totter. You know, it's probably karmically bad to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's my stream and I can say what I want. So if this offends you, I'm not sorry. I just saw a Fox News commercial with Donald Trump, and I'm thinking, boy, it is going to be a day for celebration when that fat orange cunt drops dead one day. Hopefully he'll get, like, cancer or AIDS or something and die slowly and painfully because he'll fucking deserve it. And that'll make a lot of people very, very happy. And I mean every word of that. My stream, I can say whatever I want. We'd all be a lot happier if that fat prick had never been born. Because we wouldn't have to look at somebody who actually walks around willingly looking like that. Looking the way he looks. I could not imagine being that ugly. That'd be like having Joey Logano's hairline. Or Kyle Busch's chin line. Let's make the ugliest race car driver. Kurt Busch's ears, Kyle Busch's jawline, Joey Logano's hair. Who's a driver that's really ugly in the face? If we were going to make the sexiest race car driver, it'd be some kind of combination of BJ McLeod and Mike Harmon, wouldn't it? Johnny 5. Is it football season yet? It's only the end of May. 2008 Tony Stewart's torso. Oh, wow. How about Joe Logano's receding hairline, but with the rest of Tony Stewart's hair? Like, the hairline's receding like Joey, but he's got 2008 Tony Stewart hair as well. Drivers are athletes. Rhodes passes Crafton for 6th. Rhodes' truck's starting to come back to him a bit. Doesn't matter to me, though, because Nemechek is out of here.
Just outside the top 10, Tom Majeski runs 12th, so strong performance for that organization. A good look at Ben Rhodes, Louisville, Kentucky driver, 2 wins this season. Very consistent all year long, Vince.
Had a career year last year and has been even better this season. Has the best average finish of all the full-timers and is already sitting pretty in the playoff standings.
I hope Trump doesn't live another 92 days.
On the oval and then the road course. Majeski, who has been working in the shop, and
50 to go.
Opportunity to drive that number 66 truck. First race for Thorsport this season for Majeski. Here's Hocevar on the left and Friesen on the right. And Jamie Howe's got reports on the second and third place runners.
Now with 49 laps to go in this race, there's some coaching going on.
I'm not encouraged about the traction compound and the state of the racetrack because of how everybody's running now that they're spread out. Oh, there's Friesen. He's coming up off the bottom in 3 and 4. Then again, he could just be top.
Yeah, both ends of the track here at Charlotte, definitely giving you a different feel.
It does. Just the way you enter the corners. You know, you sweep into turn 1 more, and man, it's a thrill ride. As you run down the front straightaway here, you see it's just a nice, easy feel.
Turns 1 and 2 at Charlotte are very fun to drive in every NASCAR game. 3 and 4 is a pain in the ass, but 1 and 2 is fun.
We saw him spinning down the front straightaway earlier, rebounded to top 15 right now, Vincent, and that's crucial. He needs every one of those points, and when he was backwards down the front straightaway, it wasn't looking like top 10 was a possibility, but with the speed of that truck.
I'm really glad the Xfinity race is in broad fucking daylight tomorrow. It's great for those cars and this racetrack. This night racing thing at Charlotte is unfortunate.
He needs those points. He's just like the other racers that haven't got the victory lane. You never know when you're going to have a bad day. Tonight, he had that penalty on pit road.
Why is KBM always winning? Because they got the best trucks, the best pit crew, and usually 2 of the best drivers. One of them races every week.
He's got a really fast truck.
Yeah, the way he drove through the field at Circuit of the Americas.
There's no stopping KBM. Ben Rhodes is in the top 5 now.
Capabilities of that team.
Well, he was about to be. Well, he is now. Thought that 30 truck was going to block him for no reason. He was multiple laps down.
No doubt.
Rhodes is as good tonight as he's been all night. 5th place.
The Xfinity Series, now the Truck Series. He's just a very, very strong young racer.
So Ben Rhodes has gotten around his teammate Eckes. So Rhodes, Eckes, and Crafton running 5, 6, and 7. Although the order has changed. Todd Gilliland right behind him in 8th. As you see how those Thorsport trucks in the pylon are positioned on track. Another tough night for Johnny Sauter, who came into this race on the playoff bubble. And right now, Sauter finds himself a couple of laps down.
What about Todd Gilliland after caving in his right side of his truck, taking out Sheldon Creed? He's been able to rally. Now trying to get that spot away from Crafton.
Crafton in a KBM truck. You might see that by the end of his career.
On the back straightaway.
I remember him in a Kevin Harvick truck.
Still seeking that first.
Wasn't that impressive for some reason. Somehow stuck around long enough to become good, though.
Boy, how big it would be if he could get another one tonight. How about the 38 chasing him, Regan?
Well, Vince, it's really pretty impressive that he's up here trying to make a move as we see on Matt Crafton right now. The steer wheel in that truck has been kicked off of its center lock point, which means he does have some damage to the steering of it, and you see all the right side body damage. That truck got significantly tighter after the contact he had with Sheldon Creed. Still a fast truck, just not quite as fast as it was earlier.
Yeah, as good as those front runners are, if you've got some damage on yours, certainly to the significance that Gilliland has, it's going to be awfully difficult to get up there and contend for the win, but we've still got a lot of racing left to go, just over 40 laps remaining, and everybody's still got to make another pit stop.
Yeah, and what
Well,
is that strategy?
probably going to have a green flag pit stop.
Let's listen into the 38 truck and see what they're thinking.
What I was just looking at here, running along, and when the leader would get back to some lap and 12, give me a minute here. We go to 112. Definitely a run long situation right here. Yeah, I'm leaning towards that. That's Dylan's math, so that's probably more like 110 or 11, but yeah, I'm with you.
Just trying to do something that the others aren't. You know, they're always, I talked earlier about the crew chiefs, always thinking, always trying to see if there's a window to gain an advantage. Get the pit road before the competitors, stay out after them, whatever it's going to take in order to be off sequence, if you will, Vince, a bit with the leader. You can't just do what the leader does, or you won't ever catch him.
Well, got a little bit more freedom when you've already got a win tucked in your playoff pocket.
Oh, 40 to go. Nemechek, Host Bar, Friesen, Austin Hill, Ben Rhodes, top 5. They can go a ways yet before they have to pit. There you go. There was the Truex Custer wreck from last week in the commercial, just like we knew it would be. Final pit stops coming in about 20 laps. I figure guys will run as long as they can here. Because the Truck Series, you almost expect a caution, so you better run as long as you can. Nemechek, the leader, he can do whatever he wants. He can afford to run as long as he can, no matter what. Why did they paint Eckes and Rhodes' trucks to look fucking identical? That is so annoying. Could they not get more creative than that? Maybe change the color of the fucking numbers or something? That's genuinely irritating. Because half the time I have to like squint to tell who I'm looking at if the camera's far away. Which now the camera being far away on a Fox broadcast is rare. They like to zoom that shit in. Like they're doing right now. Can't believe how well Hocevar is running now. And Friesen as well. Hocevar was having a terrible night, but they were on the right strategy call and got to second. And still running there. The cautions at the end of stage 2 that saved them laps on their tires really helped them. And the same goes for Friesen. Enfinger, not so much. He's fallen way back, but Hocevar and Friesen still up front. But neither one of them has anything for Nemechek. If anybody was going to beat Nemechek, it would be Austin Hill or Ben Rhodes on a restart, maybe. Maybe Todd Gilliland. He's almost close enough to strike on a late restart.
Back in Charlotte Motor Speedway, Camping World Truck Series Racing, presented by Blue Emu.
35 laps.
35 to go. Blue Emu race summary. John Hunter Nemechek, our race leader. Sheldon Creed won stage 1, got wrecked out in stage 2 by Todd Gilliland. Zane Smith won the second stage.
And then he had a penalty. Yep. And now we watch John Hunter Nemechek on the 1.5 mile here at Charlotte.
KBM, 1.5 miles. Horsepower, buddy.
Kyle Busch Motorsports.
Once again, why does Kyle Busch only tend to race 1.5 miles these days in trucks? Hey, here's Hocevar to pit road.
Yep, we talked about when they would
Short pitting. Friesen as well.
Stop, and now is the time. Jamie.
Start off with the 42. They were telling him to save early on that last stint. He made it all the way as far as they could. He said they needed to be smooth, focus on the exit.
Boy, Friesen's pit crew looks slow as fuck. Is that just me?
He told him they were 2 loose off of 3 and 4. They're going to make a slight adjustment.
You can't have a mistake here, Jamie. This is important. You want to make sure you do these stops clean. This will take any chance of a top 5 finish away if you make a mistake.
Yeah, a little slower look on the right side of that Hocevar truck. Regan.
Here comes Crafton and Austin Hill. Chandler Smith, Todd Gilliland to pit road.
The truck is 2-3 in the center of 1 and 2. A little bit too tight off at turn 4, and he's struggling to run through the traction compound as well as he'd like to right now.
It's saying put it in gear while the team runs a wet round. Foot on the brake, foot on the clutch, drops that clutch and goes.
John Hunter Nemechek.
Nemechek pitting with 33 to go.
And as Eric Phillips said on the radio, we are on our own.
32 now as they cross the line.
Smooth off, no mistakes, just hit your marks. He went all 4 below that yellow line, just as he was told.
Ooh, they're really slow on the right rear of Nemechek. Really slow.
Yeah, unless he makes a mistake. Certainly they seem like
Slow stop, I think.
the position on track.
See if that does anything for anyone else.
Looked like
To
he
be in the right spot.
entered his pit box in a hurry. I'm sure he wasn't speeding, but look, Looked like he had a lot of speed as he closed in on his box.
Just makes you nervous on those last stops.
It does, especially when you're out there.
Eckes, Majeski, Ankrum, Drew Dollar, Haley Deegan, Zane Smith, Enfinger. A lot of trucks haven't pitted yet.
Running second with Motorsport trucks.
Most of our top 10 men have not been to pit road yet, including Zane Smith.
There's Haley Deegan.
In the 13th position. Truck was stronger at the beginning of the race, but she's still running consistent lap times. Just not on the same pace as she was earlier. Maybe this adjustment will help her. There's Drew Dollar. Nice job by this young man. Backup truck, made a mistake in practice, got into the outside wall, and has been able to rally and run up toward the top 10.
Big bounce back for Dollar, who will get some consistent laps.
Boy, pit entrance at Charlotte is terrifying because they're an inch away from getting clobbered. Just ask Mark Martin and J.J. Ailey. Or Chase Elliott and Greg Biffle in the All-Star race.
Timmy Hill, Ryan Truex, who haven't been that fast, even Dawson Cram, Chris Wright. If they could just get a caution right now, Regan, it could play into these guys' strategy.
It absolutely could, Michael. And right now you see the 66 of Ty Majeski on the left gear screen. That truck was really good earlier. This past run, though, it's been way too loose. He had to go to the back for a penalty. A nice recovery, just too loose in the traffic. And the 98 of Christian Eckes right now, no stability in the turn one with that truck. The right rear wants to get sideways on it, wants to spin out when he enters turn one.
Talking about spinning out, Regan. Tyler Ankrum, who spun all the way down the front straightaway, and Zane Smith with that issue on pit road. They're 1-2 right now, and these teams, like I said earlier, Vince, you just want to do what the dominant truck isn't doing. And these guys have stayed on the racetrack, get that track position. They're just hoping for caution to make these pit stops under yellow.
Yeah, you see the top four, they still will need to come. Ankrum is very fortunate because, as you said, Mike, spinning down that front stretch.
Nemechek will still be the leader despite a little bit of a slow stop. Ankrum's pitting now. Smith, Truex, and Timmy Hill got to pit next. And then Nemechek will be back in the lead.
Go to victory lane, but they need every point they can get, Jamie, and they've done a nice job recovering so far.
And they're trying to go as far as they could. As soon as he left pit lane the last time, they told him, save the fuel, save the tires. He said they told him, we're only racing those who are on the same pit sequence.
Really slow stop for Ankrum.
Slight adjustment for Tyler Ankrum.
Yeah, a little slow on that right front as well. I saw one of the lug nuts come off, and tire changer had to reach down, pick it up, put it back on.
Drivers down pit road will look at that tachometer. You see it turn green there. That means he's safe. As it flashes red, he bumps it back down a little bit. Generally, if it's solid red, it's fine. Blinking red, you're getting in trouble.
Last thing you want to do is make a mistake now. Coming to 25 to go. It's extremely difficult to recover at this late stage of the race. Remember this triple truck challenge presented by Watley?
Nemechek will be about 3 seconds ahead of Austin Hill, based on what I'm seeing on the ticker. Hocevar will be third, Rhodes fourth, Friesen will be fifth. Zane Smith still hasn't pitted, but I don't know how much longer he can go. He's going to go another lap. 24 to go.
There's Derek Kraus just behind him.
11 cars on the lead lap. Well, about to be 12.
Try to get around Smith just in case the caution were to fly.
Zane Smith won a couple of times last year, has not been to victory lane this season. Remember, he does still need to come to pit road, make that final stop. There goes Kraus with an important pass.
Tells you how valuable those tires are.
Zane Smith still not pitted.
41 truck, he needs to get around Smith as well. He's 2 down. Graham wants to get back on one lap down. Tells you how competitive things are. Dawson with a little bit fresher tires, running back in the 24th spot, but can hang right with the leader.
Those good years are valuable.
Also see these drivers using a little bit different line at times, up into the traction compound, trying to gain ground on competitors. Here comes Ty Majeski in the 66. Majeski's in 13th position, as you see on the scoring pylon. He's a lap down.
When it circles back with Zane Smith and Ryan
Zane
Truex,
Smith all up in the way on these old tires.
pit stops, it would put John Hunter Nemechek back out front.
Graham around as well.
I'm kind of hoping for a caution for Zane Smith. He's going to pit this time, though. Never mind.
Gotta get her rolled down.
Didn't get his caution.
Oh, man, that's a good job. That's what you want.
That was a really good pit entry, though. Mikey's right about that. Now Nemechek retakes the lead, 21 to go. I was hoping that Zane Smith would catch his caution, but he didn't. They often never do when they play this strategy. Or if they're like Chris Buescher at Kansas, they totally should catch their caution, but then NASCAR waits till they're fucked and then throws it.
A couple of wins, the best average finish. Nemechek, though, has, I think, been...
It's hilarious how yawed out the right rears of these trucks are when you see them coming down the backstretch at Charlotte. And they got that straight back camera view. So funny.
20 to go. Our Camping World 20 laps remaining here at
Oh,
Charlotte.
the Camping World 20 to go.
And this would be the 4th straight win on the mile-and-a-half tracks.
Crafton's blowing up. Crafton's on pit road smoking.
After this one and only one in the playoffs.
I think you ought to put it out, NASCAR. He made it to pit road, but he's blowing up. Oh, we got a big crash. Johnny saw. Oh, my God. There's nothing left but the roll cage. I can see Johnny Sauter sitting in his roll cage from the right side. Holy mother of Christ.
Somebody trying to get to pit road, maybe, and
look at this.
wow, hope Johnny's okay. That looks terrible.
He's not moving, guys.
Drew Dollar slide down into the infield as well, and there's the 13 truck.
Is he
of
moving now?
Sauter.
I think he's moving now.
Absolutely destroyed.
He was sitting there for a long while. The window net didn't come down. I was a little freaked out for a second. God almighty.
Sauter, we mentioned, had been running a couple of laps down.
The 14's involved. I mean, am I wrong to guess that the 14 had something to do with this? I mean, he's in the wreck. Did he cause it?
That was involved.
Trey Hutchins.
Trey Hutchins.
Who's been getting in the fucking way all damn night? That's a pretty bad wreck.
Sauter and Drew Dollar.
Sauter's got his window net down now.
Window net has come down. So thankful.
How
to
much
see
damage did
that.
Drew Dollar get? He was in it.
Universally, the
Sauter, oh my God.
driver signaling that he
We've
is-
seen some bad wrecks in the trucks at Charlotte before. Remember Mike? I think it was Mike Skinner flipped upside down here before.
Jamie, what are you hearing down there?
I was listening to the team communication, Joe Shearer Jr. asking Johnny, are you okay? It took a moment for Johnny to respond, but he said, yep, I've got you, 10-4. I didn't even see the guy sitting there. He's parked right in front of his team right now, but Johnny is talking to them, so...
Sauter's okay. That was weird for a minute.
Someone was trying to get to pit road, and
He's crawling out, not even limping.
Because this is right in the
Probably just had the
tri-oval area out of
shit scared
turn
out of
four.
him, but
We'll take a
Sauter's
closer
okay.
look at the replays and see if we
Can they
piece it
find a
all together
fucking
before we
replay? It
go.
happened on the front stretch. Surely they got a
Less than 20
replay
to
of
go
it.
at
I'm
Charlotte.
gonna go to commercial first, but I got to see a replay of that. My lord. Remember when I mentioned the Mark Martin, J.J. Yaley thing earlier? They said it looked like somebody was trying to get to pit road and got hit or something. Or they just didn't do the wave and cut across somebody trying to pit. I don't know. Can't even tell where that wreck began or ended. Well, I can tell where it ended. I just can't tell where it started. And right before that, Matt Crafton blew up, so got the caution I was asking for, but I didn't want it to be for that. That was a bad wreck. That was kind of scurry. Dang, Nature, you scurry. Glad he's okay. Still want to know what the fuck happened. This has been a weird race. The trucks at Charlotte, something always seems to happen here. I almost expected a red flag for that one, but they're still under yellow, it says. So I think if you got a set of tires left here, you might want to come put them on, though. It's the caution I know Nemechek didn't want to see. We're back. What's the deal?
The cleanup continues here at Charlotte Motor Speedway on the exit of turn 4 after a big collision between Johnny Sauter, Drew Dollar, and Trey Hutchins. Hutchins' truck had come to a stop on track, and Dollar and Sauter came through turn 4, and
Sauter was tucked right up under.
They're still cleaning it up.
Drew Dollar, Vince.
Still glad they didn't red flag it there.
What was ahead, I'm sure.
So the 14 has already hit the wall.
Had his issue and has come off the wall, but it
And
struck on the wall
wow,
for a while.
good God, Sauter and Drew Dollar just came, and Nemechek was there too. Nemechek barely missed it.
Hunter was behind him. He still had a great deal of speed too. So
These guys, Drew Dollar and Sauter, came off of 4 at full speed. It's like they had no idea that the 14, I think it was more Drew Dollar than anything. How the fuck?
Wouldn't be able to see through.
Yeah, that was just an accident. That was somebody's spotter wasn't communicating there.
John Hunter has coming in there.
Look at that tire off of Sauter's car. I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Johnny's spotter, the veteran Tab Boyd, that radioed that he just did not see the 14 and where the 14 was on track. And you know, that's a similar spot, Mike, where we talked about earlier that seemed like maybe is a vulnerable position for the spotters. Yeah, outside of turn, on the exit of 4 as they come toward the tri-oval area.
And Hutchins' truck is black, so that probably made it a little more difficult to see at night against the black asphalt. But man, look at all the stuff. And here comes our leader. Look at him bouncing through all the debris. He'll be fortunate if he didn't do some damage to his truck.
Now watch, this is John Hunter Nemechek coming through all this debris, and this is scary as well.
See, the green light is on. The caution hadn't fallen, and so the spotters didn't see the 14 truck. Look at that. Look at the roof.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of damage on Nemechek. He got hit by something.
John Hunter wasn't sure if he had run
Wow.
over something, got hit by something. And,
When that wreck happened, you saw Nemechek come flying through, something went straight through the roof of Nemechek's truck.
They don't think he has any damage down low. They don't think he ran over anything, which is good. Because they don't have any.
They're going to have to pit and just put something across that.
Not the same story for the 16 truck.
Well, this certainly opens up an opportunity for me to win $11 because Ben Rhodes is in 4th.
And if it did any damage underneath that truck, not sure.
And Nemechek's got a big hole above his windshield. I just came back in here and saw that.
Well, there were brake rotors and spindles and
That was just fucking weird. Whose spotters fell asleep there?
Most of that truck was scattered across the track. That's one of the most violent wrecks I've seen lately.
Just speaks to
Only in the truck series, guys. Only in the truck series.
I think
to protect these drivers.
That'll be one hell of a raced version diecast.
you can see the green is on, and the reason why not only did the spotter Tab Boyd not see the 14 truck, it doesn't appear that NASCAR
Good
did
God.
either, because
How do you not throw a caution for that, first of all? The 14 truck was sitting there for a good 5 to 10 seconds. Stopped. Sitting there.
There was a truck stopped on the track. There was nothing he could do.
And then the leader, Nemechek, comes through and hits debris and gets damaged.
And the 51 truck did
Sauter's spotter told him he never saw the other truck. How the hell do you not?
Johnny didn't have a chance.
Kevin Harvick said racing in the rain was the most dangerous thing ever. What about NASCAR letting that truck just sit there off the exit of 4?
That window net come down.
Good God.
Communication with his crew chief, Joe Shear Jr., and if you're just joining us, Johnny.
They're saying, oh, they couldn't see that truck. It's too dark.
Under his own power to the ambulance, and we'll go
it's
to
not
the
made of
infield
fucking
care center, as
camouflage.
all drivers who are involved in contact are required to do. The AMR safety team out there immediately to not only tend to the drivers, but also to assist in getting these.
You gotta pick up the 35 pieces of Johnny Sauter's truck and load it up there.
Wow.
What the fuck? A wreck like that shouldn't happen. That's worse than the Custer Nemechek deal in the rain. That was inexcusable. I mean, he just sat there. Throw the fucking caution, man. NASCAR has no idea when to throw cautions and when to not. They just don't fucking know. They're clueless. They couldn't see that truck with the bright yellow number. I mean, it's got yellow numbers on it. I know it's a dark colored truck, like a navy colored truck, but it's got yellow numbers on it. You can't see that shit sitting there. Hell, race control and shit's on the front stretch. You can't see that sitting over there? Good God. But this might win me $11. Although I'm pretty sure Austin Hill will probably win now, unless he got damaged too. But if he got damaged, if he and Nemechek are fucked, I think Nemechek's hurt pretty bad from that damage. Then Ben Rhodes is going to have a shot at this. Watch Nemechek still win anyway because he's driving a fucking KBM truck. But that big hole in the top, it's got to mean something. Suddenly, it's very cool in the cockpit of the Ford truck. Yeah, there's a big fucking hole here. No carbon monoxide poisoning today, my friends. Nemechek's got a sunroof now. So yeah, Nemechek has no tires, so they're kind of stuck. Kind of fucking stuck. Well, they're not going to have many laps left around. They didn't red flag this. I'm glad they didn't, even though they probably should have. They didn't red flag it, so there's not going to be a lot of laps left. It's taking forever to clean this up. It's a mess. Yeah, I'm glad Sauter's okay too. That was bad. Hey, Robert.
The Cup Series right back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coca-Cola 600. Coverage begins with
Robert, I might be on track for another second place finish. Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with the sets of tires. By the way, they do a terrible job on the broadcast of letting you know how many sets of tires each guy has. There needs to be something for that to let you know. In truck and Xfinity races and some Cup races when it's necessary, how many sets of tires guys have left. Major, you missed one of the worst wrecks I've ever seen at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's definitely in the top 2 or 3. It might be number 1. That's a horrible fucking crash we just saw. 14 truck hit the wall in 4, coasted around, couldn't get to pit road, stopped on the track. NASCAR doesn't throw a caution, and here come leaders barreling through there at 180, and they crash into him, and Johnny Sauter was sitting in his roll cage on the front stretch. And now the leader, Nemechek's got a big hole above his windshield. He's dominated the race. They're going to restart with 8 or 9 to go, whatever it's going to be here. It's a mess. My pick's Ben Rhodes. I can't make up my mind about Cup. Probably Kyle Larson, but I know Larson's going to be the heavy favorite for Sunday. I got to think about tomorrow. I'll get back to you on that when we stream the Xfinity race. But like I said, I'm going to the 600. We're going to restart with 10 to go. Nemechek, Austin Hill, Carson Hocevar, and Ben Rhodes, the front 4. Big chunk of debris shot through the top of Nemechek's truck. I don't know how this is going to affect anything.
Now he's been a lap down after that penalty.
If it's going to affect anything.
On the lead lap in 11. See if he makes up.
But this has been Rhodes' chance to win me $11 here. This is the late restart I was hoping for.
Is the right push at the right time on this restart. Ben Rhodes really needs to get smoothly to the back bumper of Austin Hill and see if he can.
Playoff cut line has gotten interesting after Sauter's crash just now. 10 to go.
For his third win of the season, Austin Hill, last year's regular season champ, but still without a win this season. Hill will start on the outside.
I hope Hill gets a good launch here for Ben Rhodes' sake.
Second row tries to time it so they can get that.
Not a bad jump by Sauter. I mean, not Sauter, by Rhodes and Hill.
There's the push.
Two truck tandem off into one. Rhodes takes him 3 wide for second. That's good news for Nemechek, who clears down in front of Hocevar. Rhodes around the outside. Sauter cuts to the bottom and runs Stuart Friesen down to the apron. Hocevar second. Here comes Rhodes around the outside. Good God, they're about to wreck again back there. Austin Hill just went way up the hill. Hill went up the hill, 9 to go. Look out, Haley. Haley D getting in the middle of a shitstorm right now.
Somehow they kept him pointed in the right direction.
Nemechek, Hocevar, and Rhodes out front. Damage not affecting Nemechek much. Might have lowered that hood and gave him an aerodynamic advantage. I was worried about the hole there, but if it knocks that roof down at that spot of the truck, it's on the right side too. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe it's good he ran over that piece of debris. Yeah. That might have been just the adjustment John Hunter needed. Hocevar again, really impressive tonight. Had to deal with a lot early in the race and to be running second right now. 7 laps to go.
And the back end of that Ford truck keeps getting smaller out his windshield too, but you said something that was really cool.
John Hunter Nemechek race win diecast with the fucking dent in the hood is going to be nice. In the roofing, I mean.
The top 5 as a teenager, that's a major accomplishment. This kid's got wins ahead of him.
I'm not going to finish second tonight, but I'm going to finish third.
Nemechek didn't win either one of the first
6 laps to go.
And he has normally been right there for those stage wins, as Tanner Gray has slowed down after getting into the wall. Creed won stage 1, but crashed in stage 2 as he tangled with Nemechek, or with Gilliland. Ended up ending Creed's night. Zane Smith won stage 2, but then got a penalty and had to go to the back.
Derek Kraus has passed Austin Hill for 8th. Kraus going to get a top 10. Majeski's in the top 10.
To the 8th position. Let's watch Tanner Gray catching the wall here.
He needs to catch the wall harder. I'd like to see one more restart for my sake.
Got loose and into the outside.
What's he got to do? Stop in the middle of the racetrack? They still wouldn't throw a caution based on what we saw a minute ago. 5 to go.
That's not what John Hunter Nemechek wants to hear or see.
Yeah, Nemechek just wants it to stay green right now, all the way to the end as he works on a lead of about a half second.
4 to go now.
Remember, Hocevar pitted 3 times in that first stage trying to get his truck right. Didn't like the way it was handling.
Last 2 laps, Hocevar's been a little fast.
Haley Deegan stuck a lap down in 13th.
There you see the distance.
Like to see another caution to get her on the lead lap and have a shot at a top 10, but
when you're that close to your first win, that truck's up there, you can just taste it. Doing everything you can, running different lines, trying to figure out a way around, a way to get faster to get there.
3 laps to go.
So difficult to catch. These Cobblish Motorsports machines have terrific speed. Eric Phillips has done a phenomenal job atop the box.
Talking about a great run. That time, John Hunter put a couple of tenths on Hocevar.
Yeah, that was a good lap. Hocevar had to go high in 3 and 4 to get around the lap truck, and I think that hurt him. He wasn't going to catch him anyway, but he gave up 3 tenths that lap.
The capabilities of John Hunter Nemechek.
2 to go.
who certainly is one of the top drivers, if not the top driver in the series when you look back at his experience in the cup, at the cup level.
No doubt.
And just 23 years old.
What about the problems for Todd Gilliland in 5th and Chandler Smith? We talked about this 18 truck needed a new right rear fender. Well, Vince, they gave him one, and he's all the way up to 6th position. You see the repairs there on the right side. So great recovery from this young racer.
The final
White flag.
John Hunter Nemechek. Carson Hocevar in his shadow.
Let's take that 4 truck to the wind tunnel and test it with that big fucking dent in the roof. Wow, Hocevar had a great lap. He cut that lead in half here. Where's this speed coming from? Oh, man, I wish there was 2 more laps. Hocevar's catching him, but he's run out of time. John Hunter wins at Charlotte. Man, Hocevar picked up 4 tenths with 2 to go. My pick, Ben Rhodes 3rd, Friesen 4th, Todd Gilliland 5th, Derek Kraus 8th,
That's what it's like winning.
Haley Deegan 13th, first car lap down.
For this young racer.
Well, Michael, you can see once again I was in the ballpark. 3rd place.
This season. 2 wins for John Hunter, 2 for the boss Kyle. But the KBM equipment is tuned up on these mile and a halves.
Yeah, we talked about Sheldon.
Rhodes beat everybody that was favored over him except Nemechek.
Got wiped out, but they still got
Hocevar impressive again.
with these KBM trucks.
6th win of the season. For KBM, you've got those 3 wins for John Hunter. Kyle's got a couple. Remember Martin Truex Jr. won on the dirt at Bristol.
You mean the dirt at Eldora? Because that's what Vince Welch called Bristol when they were there.
Well, and how that could have derailed his chances very easily.
What a race. Never a dull moment with the trucks.
Hear the fans. That's a great feeling for John Hunter to get to experience getting out and saluting the fans. Really appreciate all the NASCAR fans that come out.
I'll be there Sunday, Mikey. Appreciate me.
9th career win for the 23-year-old from Mooresville, North Carolina. And as you said, Mike, winning at home. What a sweet feeling it is. He said he was going to come back to the Truck Series to win races, collect trophies. He had nothing else in mind but just winning. To show everyone that he was still a driver more than capable of winning if you gave him the equipment to do it in, and he has done just that.
He hashtagged it too, man.
Haley Deegan's working her way into playoff contention with just consistent results in finishing races. Sauter eating shit tonight was a good break for her.
John Hunter Nemechek.
We'll see.
Quite the day. You started your day off with damage to the right rear of your truck. The second lap on the racetrack, you recovered to win the race tonight.
Yeah, you came and saw me earlier, and I told you we had a fast track, only running, I think, 10 laps total in practice. So hats off to all my guys. Eric Phillips, all my guys that work on this thing, everyone at KBM, the chassis shop, Fab shop, just everyone and all their effort. Mobile One, TRD, Toyota, Kyle for this opportunity. Just so thankful, so blessed to be in this spot. And how about this
Ryan
crowd?
Truex finished 12th. Solid race for him.
More good news for you. Also, the Wopley Triple Truck Challenge, an extra $50,000 in your pocket tonight.
Yeah, honestly, I forgot about that. So thank you to Wopley, Marcus Lemonis, Camping World, everyone that makes this series happen. One of the greatest series right here in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. So awesome. Sadly, Aspen's in bed at home, but Taylor's here. So hopefully we can celebrate and have some fun tonight.
John Hunter Nemechek, your winner at Charlotte.
For Carson Hocevar, you guys covered it.
Hocevar.
They made 3 stops early on to get the truck as good as they could. It's his best career finish, but he was upset over the radio. The word to Carson was, be proud, hold your head high. You apologized to your crew. You told him you were sorry. You made too many mistakes. What would you go back and change tonight?
Found the bottom in 3 and 4 better. Got the restart better. You know, I've never been in that position too many times, and I just let it slip away. I finally caught him last few laps, but it was one or two too late. I don't know if I could have cleared him, but you know, I could have put up a fight. But you know, second's bittersweet. You're the first loser, but you also run second. And it's good points day, and it's a good thing that out in East and this organization, East Motorsports needed Phil, Cody, everybody. We're chipping away at it.
Chipping away at it indeed.
He's doing good. I had zero expectations for this dude this season.
We're going to move back to Stuart Friesen. They made that crew chief change this week. John Leonard now making the calls for this number 52 truck.
Well, they're rushing around to get these interviews, ain't they?
All the way back in 11th place, able to fight your way through, keep on clawing. What made the difference this week?
Excuse me, John made a good call there to short pit that one stage, and just got us some good track position. We had a good tundra, thanks to Hummer, thanks to all our veterans and all our military that ultimately gave the ultimate sacrifice so we can come out here and race trucks and modifieds and everything else on Memorial Day weekend all over the country. Proud of my Canadian roots.
Yeah, Major, I'll see you tomorrow, 1 o'clock. The Xfinity race is around 1 o'clock.
Those folks, and thanks to all these guys. We had a good night. We needed to kind of get some momentum, and hopefully we got going in the right direction. We were just fought free all night. Nothing, we did tighten it up to where it could really run. But proud of these guys. We made some changes this week, and trip's been awesome. Thanks to Chris Larson, Halmar. Hi to Jess and P and everybody at home watching. See you guys in the morning.
Nice job, guys.
Good stuff, JD. Thank you.
Well,
very
boys
much.
and girls, that was fun, but I got to get off here, and I'm going to stay up late like I do every Friday night. But thanks for hanging out with me. That was a fun race to watch, and I'll see you guys tomorrow around 1 o'clock for the Xfinity race. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.